Okay, welcome back. About the P-51 micro airplane, we need to bind and test it. Before you bind it, you have to figure out which radio you're going to use, transmitter. So I keep my micro transmitters in a box like this, JR DSM. You can buy these boxes on Horizon Hobby. This particular box holds three transmitters in it. So I have the transmitter that came with the Champ. Okay, this is the transmitter that came with the Sport Cub S ready to fly version. Both of those are low powered transmitters, and this is the DXE transmitter, which I plan to use. Okay, if you only have one transmitter, so we're going to use the DXE transmitter with the P-51 here. And if you only have one transmitter, Horizon Hobby sells a very nice case. Looks like this. I'll let you know the price. But it fits very well in there, protects it nicely. So when you're bouncing it around in the back of your car or truck or whatever you're driving, this will protect that transmitter. It's relatively inexpensive. The aluminum cases are only slightly more, but so I like to use I like to always have a case with my transmitter. Okay, so this is already set up for flying all of the micro airplanes that I have, because they all have the same setup on them in that they have a setup configuration where the all the servos do not need to be reversed. They're all in the normal position, and so all the setups of all these micros are the same, so I can use the same transmitter and just rebind it to each airplane as I go. Okay, so here we go. You're going to look down in here. Yeah, I guess you have to look down the air intake here to see whether it's inside there. There's a receiver, and it'll start flashing in just a minute. Because what you do for binding these is you first off leave this off. You're going to plug this in and set the battery in place and turn it over, and wait at least 5 seconds for it to decide that it can't find this, and so it's going to go into bind mode. And then I'm going to go off camera, because when you go to bind this, the bind button is right here. You hold the bind button down, turn it on, but you got to be 3 or 4 feet away, so I'll be off camera when I actually do that. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to sit here and wait and look through here and see if it starts flashing. Okay, it's flashing. I can pick it up now, and I hope you can see it in there. Yes, that it's flashing. Okay, so I'm going to get off camera here 3 or 4 feet. Hold the bind button down, turn it on. It's flashing. And so this light started flashing, and when it went steady, I know it's in the bind process. And now if I look down in here, that red light is now steady. Okay, it's no longer flashing. So they're bound together. I can prove that by moving the ailerons. Okay, ailerons are moving in the correct direction. Elevator is moving. Rudder is moving. Okay. The other thing this has is safe technology. So the first step of testing is what I just did. I'm going to move the ailerons to the right, moving this stick here to the right, and the right aileron goes up. Okay. So it goes to the right, it goes to the left aileron goes up, pull back on the stick, and the elevator goes up, and the rudder moves to the right and left. So that's good. Now you can also, part of the test is to run the power up a little bit holding the airplane and start the AS3X. Okay. Now that I've started the AS3X technology, the AS3X doesn't actually start until you run the power up some. Okay. Now that that's up, I can test to make sure that the AS3X is actually working correctly. It should be. But if you make a turn this way, the ailerons slightly try to roll you out. If you pull the nose up, the elevator is going down to level the wings. And if you go left and right, these are only really slight movements, so it's hard to see on the camera. But if you go like this, these are very slight little movements to adjust for wind conditions and help you fly smoother in I'll say light winds. Heavy winds isn't going to help much, but light winds it will. So those are the tests you make. When you're done testing, you flip this over and pull the battery out and unplug it. And always unplug the airplane before you turn the radio off. Okay, so now that the airplane is off, the battery is unplugged, you can turn the radio off. And we're done with testing and binding. Okay, so I just noticed as we finish the test here that the light has gone out on the battery charger, meaning the charge is done. So I'm going to pull the battery out. And it's only been about 12, 13 minutes. And so I'm going to plug this in and test the battery to see what the voltage is. And so the voltage says 4.21. 4.21. That's a full charge. And so that only took about 12 minutes. And so the battery charge is complete. So this is a full charge. Now the one I just used for testing is probably still okay for flying. Let me check it. Yeah, 4.13. 4.13 is still within my range. If it was below 4.10, 4.10, I might recharge it. But it's still in good enough shape that I can use that for flying. Okay, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.